Man, I'm sorry, fam. I'm sorry, fam. I need to check this. Usually, when I come on here, it automatically has me on stage, but it has me backstage. I'm sorry for that. Prahlad says folks getting too emotional from Koo having one bad game. Fam, this isn't the first. I said this last week. Special teams has to tighten the fuck up. Because I saw Koo starting to get bipolar. And it cost us this game. This is the worst, and I'm not exaggerating. This is the worst I've seen this team play today. In a game where you knew the Saints were coming. They have nothing to play for other than this. This was their playoff game. You knew this coming in, and you came in playing flat. And you had four separate opportunities to take the lead in this game or tie. When Pitts caught the ball and it was 4th and 3, I said, go for it. I'm screaming at the TV. Fucking go for it. You cannot trust Koo right now. Fucking go for it. Raheem trusted his kicker. And I'm like, why on this 4th down do you not go for it? You usually go on 4th and 3s all the time. But you've seen your kicker miss once. You've seen the goddamn ball get blocked. And you still gonna trot his ass out there? Bro, this is a game in a vacuum. It changes nothing. Tampa loses. You're still 3 games up against the Saints, even though they won. You're 3 games up against Carolina. Who won today? Lil Bryce out there getting busy. But fam, this ain't it for me this season. I'm just gonna call it. I'm gonna call it. This ain't it for me this season. You fucking knew this team was gonna come play. And you played flat. Your defense, by the grace of God, Raheem Morris will see the light at the end of the season that Jimmy Lake is not ready to call defense. Because we keep seeing the same thing happen every week. A team will dog walk us in the first half, and then they make the adjustment at halftime, and this defense plays a better game. And I'm like, why don't y'all just make why don't y'all make this up on the fly? Why do we have to wait till halftime to make y'all let Valdez-Scantling? Valdez-Scantling has never been a number 1 on anybody's team. Y'all let this man catch a touchdown, then catch for like a 60-yarder, then get another touchdown. This is fucking Valdez. This is his 2nd week. But people sit here and say that I'm being too critical on the defense. This reminds me of the Seahawks game. A game you're supposed to be up for. This is a fucking rivalry game. And y'all know how much I hate the Saints, but they did just enough to win. Nothing from that Saints performance is telling me they're going to make a run. Koo handles his fucking business. The game's over. But our defense is fucking cheeks. I keep saying this. Dude, the touchdown that Valdez-Scantling caught, that was over AJ, that was over Simmons, and that was over Bates. All 3 of them were in the vicinity. You had a chance to pretty much end the NFC South this year. And you came out and played like it didn't even mean nothing. Offense looked low-key ass too. But what we've noticed the pattern. When Atlanta doesn't score over 20, it's a wrap. They scored 17 today. I am a person of patterns. And y'all let the Saints, with one of the worst defenses in the league, hold y'all to 17. This ain't got nothing to do with the Saints. Saints did what they were supposed to do at home to get away with the W. I ain't even got no hate over there. This is specifically for my fucking team. Y'all went over into New Orleans and did not care about this game. And you got fucking beat because of it. But when it comes to Koo, fam, I'm signing another kicker. I'm signing another one. 3, my guy. 3. When he's off, he's not even fucking dependable. When Koo is off, it's like we don't even have a kicker. You might as well put the punter in there to kick field goals. But this isn't something that I have not echoed over here repeatedly. But for me, I'm signing another kicker. If nothing more to just motivate Koo. I'm signing another guy, man. If he makes all 3, we win by 6. Playing like ass. But again, man, this shows me a lot about this team, fam. It shows me a lot about this team. We still at the top of the NFC, in NFC South. But this shows me a lot about this team's heart and this team's grit. Because nothing the Saints did today was astonishing. Nothing. Our defense is ass. And if anybody has an issue, please, I might put the StreamYard up. Tell me how this defense ain't ass. You gave up 2 tutties to a guy that just showed up last Sunday, and he's never been a number 1 on anybody's team. Phillips got smoked by this guy. These are the games you have to goddamn beat the shit out of a team on. And you not only did that, but you lost to them. So now it's what Atlanta team are we going to get next week? Defense is ass. Offense just seems to be inconsistent when it comes to teams they're supposed to put down. Supposed to put down Seattle, inconsistent. Supposed to put down the Saints, inconsistent. But Raheem's got to see that Jimmy Lake ain't ready. Do they make good halftime adjustments? Yeah, but now I'm like, who in the fuck is actually making the adjustments? Because in the first half of games, the defense looks absolutely horrible. And it's killing us going into the second half of games. When you think about what the Saints did, they did all their damage in the first half. So I ain't even gonna hate on the Saints. Saints should smoke on a Falcons pack. I'll send them one. I will fucking send the Saints a Falcons pack to smoke on, because I'm sick and fucking tired of this team not showing up to school when it's time to take the fucking test. I'm tired of it, fam. We done got so lax now that Koo can miss 3 fucking field goals in a game like this and his job not be questioned. This ain't one bad game from Koo. Koo's missing fucking easy field goals now. One of those field goals, minimum, you tie up the game. 2 of them, you win. Koo says, man, nah, you know what, man? Fuck that. I ain't coming to play today. I got money on the game. I ain't coming to play. And they gonna trot Koo's motherfucking ass back out there to play Denver like ain't nothing happened. I'm signing a kicker this week. This is all on Atlanta. The Saints can celebrate this, but yeah, you can. They can easily say, "Yeah, man, y'all kicker cheeks." You make one of them, you tie the game up going into OT. But this offense wasn't really that good either. Going down on a drive, Kirk Cousins throws a pick. Your team can't be built like this and go far in the playoffs. They can't. So congratulations to the Saints smoking on the Falcons pack. They deserve it. That's how pissed I am at this team. The Saints deserve this win. But I'm at a point now. I'm tired of seeing this defense. I'm tired of seeing Jimmy Lake out here wetting the bed. I'm tired of our coach being overconfident on people that are costing our team right now. And some people say, well, Mark, Koo won us a lot of games too. On those games, Koo missed a field goal. We're not even in the conversation of talking about him saving us when he missed. But I'm tired of it. The things that cost us today are things I've been talking about. And you got this interim head coach. Saints gonna lose next week. But I'm sick and fucking tired of this type of shit happening to us because we're not ready. They got an interim head coach. They just fucking traded Lattimore. They're dead in the water. Why are we fucking playing flat? Another team would have went in there and absolutely whipped their ass. We go in there like, hey, we're already up in the division. We don't really need this. That's what that looked like to me. We don't really need this. We can lose to the Saints. We win in Carolina and take care of business. We still gonna be in a playoff game at home, and ain't nobody really gonna think about this game. I am. Because I knew this was a playoff type of game. And if you can't beat a team like this, why am I supposed to fucking believe you can beat the Lions or the Commanders? You didn't get up for this game. And it's a fucking rivalry game. So yeah, bro. People saying, man, you getting too emotional, but I'll be okay. Trust me. Trust me when I say this. Somebody just sent me a text that said, Koo and Beck get the donkey awards this weekend. I got people that aren't even Falcons fans shooting me text messages talking about what the fuck going on with your kicker. People want to like this team that aren't even Falcons fans. They want to like this team, but it's losses like this that make like independent voters, that make independent football fans hard to root for us because we keep doing shit like this. Defense been ass. I've been telling y'all this. When Koo misses, fam, just comment. Those that have been rocking with me for a minute, how long have I been saying when Koo is on, he's on, but when he misses in bunches? How many times have I said this ad nauseum? Koo gonna miss a field goal next week. D-line can't get the quarterback down. They can get there, they just can't get him down. So yeah, man, I'm looking at. There's some things they need to do in the offseason. I'm looking at already for future. There's some things they got to straighten out. Todd says D-Led said this was going to be like a scream. Yeah, I wasn't screaming that at all. I knew this was going to be a dogfight. It's a rivalry game. They've always been dogfights. But Atlanta didn't come to fight today. They didn't. They didn't. The heart of Atlanta was tested today. And I'm fucking disgusted by what I saw today. Even sitting on top of the NFC, I don't see the same fight I'm seeing from fucking Tampa Bay every week. And they ain't got their... You got all your pieces, bruh. Eldrick says, I miss Bryant. Man, bruh, you couldn't have made a more poignant statement. Who's gonna miss another one next week? Mark my words. And it's been like that since he's been in Atlanta. When he's on, you can book it. But once he misses that first field goal, he misses in bunches. And I don't know how long it's going to take him to get back to being on again. I don't. Raymond says numerous times, I'm going to ride up and try out for this kicker this week. Greg says, Mark, you stated that hundreds of times about Cool. Dude is trash. He's not trash. He's just, when he misses, you can just expect multiple misses from him. Jack says, Kamara doesn't drop that pass we lose anyway, just a bad performance all the way around. And again, how Kamara got that wide open is a testament of this defense. Kamara was wide. Y'all know how much I hate this team, bro. I'm looking at that and I'm like, how did Kamara drop that? That was a tutty. Another opportunity for Atlanta to go down and win the game. Antonio says, Mark, is Brandon Dorless in trouble? Fam, I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what's going on with Dorless. None. I don't know if he slipped one of these coaches' wives. I have no idea. Fam. I don't know. Dre says, and let's talk about the fact that Kirk is barely sacked, but when he is, he fumbles almost every time. They're getting him in the motion of throwing, and it's on his backside. Every time he fumbles that ball, he's in the motion of throwing. And I'm seeing our offensive line got whipped today. Saints wanted it more, man. That's just the end of the day. They wanted it more, and we didn't want it at all. I don't care what Raheem talks about this week. What I saw them put out there, that product I saw them put out there on the field, we look like the 2-17. Todd says, I heard Brandon is hurt. They're hiding it. I don't know what's going down, man, but Caleb says, one of the worst weekends I can never remember as a Georgia sports fan. Falcons, Hawks, and Dogs all give up the draws. Luckily, the Braves season is over, or they do it too, shaking my head. Yeah, this was a bad week, man. This was a bad week. But I'm calling out the Falcons' heart. I'm calling it out. I want to see where your heart is, because I didn't see no heart out there. I just saw a team just meandering. I didn't see no. I mean, even on the sidelines, I didn't see anything. But on the Saints side, this was their playoff game. Saints can lose the rest of the year, and they ain't gonna care. Perry says, Bro, it comes down to leadership, plain and simple. I just don't see the grit. Me neither. I don't. I don't. I didn't see it this game. Let me say that. I did not see it this game. In a game where I needed to see it, fam, y'all can go back and watch my listen to my live last week. This was the game I needed to see. I didn't see it. And again, this is a game you could have won. Your kicker maybe had on the wrong shoe. Maybe he's having issues at home with his girl. I don't fucking know. What I do know is y'all better sign a fucking kicker this week. He had issues last week. And when you got a kicker just flat out costing you games, fam, you got to get him out the paint. You got to get him out the paint. Even as bad as Atlanta played, we played bad. Or should I? We played flat. Second half, Bijan rips off that run. Seems like we back in business. But every time we had an opportunity, it's something, a pick, holding. There's all kind of shit happening. Like we were snake bitten. But I'm just like, this team just didn't come. They didn't come to play today. But whenever Atlanta scores under 20, we lose. Eldrick says, I turned off my emotions like a damn vampire at the half. Man, I knew kind of after the first quarter, I was like, yeah, it's going to be one of those type of games. Clove says, I'm done hoping that the defense can step up and stop someone. Them motherfuckers trash. It's freaking Derek Carr. Yeah. And the fact that you let Valdez-Scantling get behind you not once, not twice, but 3 times. Valdez-Scantling, bro, he wasn't even, when he played for Green Bay, he was like the second or third fucking guy. Y'all let him ball out on you today. Anybody that's telling me that our defense ain't ass, holla at your boy. Y'all gonna have to show me where they're not ass. They haven't had a great game yet this season. And as much as I hate to say it, man, Saints did just enough to win. It ain't never about the other team, fam. It's always about us. Saints did enough to win. There wasn't any controversy at the end. Nothing. They did just enough to win because they came to fucking play. So moving on, we got Denver. Maybe this is a blip in the radar. I don't think so. This defense is still going to give up ass in the first half. And they're playing a worse quarterback than Derek Carr. They're playing both fucking... This is how much a game can kind of change your mentality about your team, fam. Not because it's a loss. It is what it is. It's you walking into a game knowing how important it is. Knowing that you can pretty much put a stranglehold in the NFC South. And you go out and you play like this against a division rival that has every motivation to beat you. But yeah, I'm not going to say I'm completely done with Koo, but I need another guy in there. Because this seems to be mental now. Even the way he's kicking, the kick that got blocked, he's just casually just going up to kick the ball. There's no sense of nothing. And then he misses and he goes over there like he's confused. That's the worst, dude. That's the worst part about it. He don't even know why he's missing these kicks. So So how do you fix that? But yeah, man, just flat out, we just flat out got beat. That's all there is to it. Willie says every time they sign a kicker, Coop plays better because he knows his job on the line. But again, you got Tampa losing. So in the grand, it don't change nothing. It doesn't. But I'm just looking at how the team, and it's got me worried. I'm just not going to. This wasn't just a loss. This wasn't just a simple loss. So again, it's like when you see in action movies where the hero takes a shot to the shoulder. It's like it didn't kill him, but now he's kind of handicapped. Now you're kind of thinking about will he survive the movie? Keona says Washington lost too. Big Debo said should have went. Yeah, I would have went for it on the 4th and 3. I would have went for it. I don't know why he didn't. That's the troubling part for him. You know this guy's having issues. But I guarantee you this. Next week, if we find ourselves in a 4th and 3 like that, I guarantee you he takes it. I guarantee you he goes for it. Justin says 9-8 incoming. We'll win the division and get spanked like a kid that stole candy. I mean, man, to me, you got to show me some heart now. Talented roster, talented team. Defense is in the wrong scheme. That's apparent. But we're stuck with Jimmy Lake for this year. Nobody wants to go over there and whisper in his ear, "You're trash." Nobody wants to do that, so we're stuck. But it's just what I'm seeing. I saw no fight in this team, man. None. Jeffrey says Bijan and Drake were the only bright spots. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Kyle Pitts. Man, Kyle Pitts had a hell of a catch. I think that was like in the 4th quarter, if I'm not mistaken. A hell of a catch. And then they stopped going to him. I don't understand this. I don't understand it at all, fam. Mooney had one. So there were plays that were being made, but I mean the penalties. They came at the most in the first drive we had a first down, and then we get a holding. Alexis says Kuz got athletes feet. Anthony says Falcons still learning how to win, but this is a very bad loss. All 3 phases lost this game, especially special teams. Yeah, we mentioned it over here last week. Special teams got to tighten up. And not only did they tighten up, they just took off their fucking shoes. So again, I know what to do with Koo. I just don't know what the head coach is going to do with Koo. But ain't no game balls being given to Koo at all for the rest of the year. And he's missing bad on some of these kicks, bro. I mean, badly. But this was a total team loss, man. I mean, I could blame Koo, but then at the same time, I mean, look at what the defense did, bro. So it's like we're already, we're past midway of the season. We got Denver, and then we got our bye. And depending on what happens with Denver, and I'm just being honest at this point, this defense goes out there and plays ass again like they did with Denver in the first half. I will concede there are adjustments that are made at halftime where this defense comes out and plays. They gave up 3 points in the second half. My question is now, who's making these adjustments? Because whoever is making these adjustments needs to be calling the fucking game in the first half. Because there are no adjustments that are made in the first half. So we're spotting teams' points. But depending on how this defense looks against Denver, and we got to bye, man, if I'm Raheem, man, I got to make a choice. I got to make a decision because Jimmy is not your guy right now. We had Nielsen, we had Ulbrich. We didn't have these issues. Now, all of a sudden, with better talent, we're worse on defense. But people want to blame the players. No, they're in the wrong scheme. And this play caller's ass. Big Debo says defense made enough plays to get us through. Koo's only job is the kick. If I was that bad as he's been, I would have been on a final. Man, listen, the defense is giving up. When you look at it, they only gave up 3 in the second. If they would have gave up 3 in the first, this wouldn't even be a game. We wouldn't even be talking about it. The fact is, the defense is giving up so much in the first half. And they would have gave up a tutty to Kamara had he caught it. Kamara was wide fucking open. And this is my issue with this defense. There's no discipline. How does Kamara get that open? You got Valdez-Scantling catching a touchdown, and there are 3 defenders in the vicinity. So, yeah, man, this defense ain't it, fam. And the offense only put up 17. So, again, they were flat all the way around. And my issue is this game mattered more than Seattle. But that needs to get cleaned up in the offseason. For real. You can't. And I don't want to see Jimmy Lake next year. I don't. I simply don't, man. King says, let's talk about the Saints TD that got called back. You mean the one that Taysom Hill? Now, I will give them credit. When Taysom was taking the snap, they finally, for once, they realized he was fucking running. I mean, I've only been saying that for the last 3 years. But if you're talking about the one that Taysom Hill took to the house, just no lag. I mean, just let it just play flat. They just play flat. They came in here and it wasn't a game that they really wanted. It was a game that the Saints wanted. Francis, what's going on? She says, hey, Mark, this was an awful game. We had all those chances to win the game, and we just looked so dysfunctional. Koo is not the old dependable Koo anymore. Yeah, that perfect word to use, dysfunctional. Especially that final drive. That sack fumble, it pretty much closed the game out for us. But yeah, I mean, it's a total team loss, but a lot of this goes on your kicker. When you look at the finality of it, a lot of it goes on your kicker. Justin, oh, hold on, my bad. I'll get to you in a minute, Justin. Hucklebuck says, total team loss, totally agree. Team did not look ready to play in all three phases. Yes. Justin said, I think it's a Kirk thing too. Once he takes a nasty sack, his confidence goes to shit. And it takes half a game to find any room. Yeah, the O-line got spanked. But again, it was about who wanted it more. Saints sitting at two wins, ain't won in 2 months. They wanted it more. You can tell from the sideline. All interim coaches look like that when they win their first game. Saints will lose next week. You look at the way they played today, it wasn't nothing spectacular. But they did just enough damage in the first half to sustain them the second. That's my issue with the defense. Defense is going to do this next week too. I'm going to let y'all in on a secret. They're going to do the exact same thing next week. All the damage is going to be done in the first half. I don't be talking just to talk out of my ass, fam. This is what I'm seeing. I've been calling this defense out all year. If this offense does not score 28, we lose. That's just the flat out finality of it. And they didn't even score 20, so we lost. Well, Willie says, oh, Mark, you know that ain't no secret. To some people, they don't think this defense ass. This defense pure cheeks. King says, Mark, this the ass whooping we needed for real. Man, you know what? In any other year, I'd agree with you. I got to see what they do against Denver. I got to see what they do next week. You should be playing angry for the rest of the fucking season because you lost this game. I'm gonna see where their heart is next week because I'm questioning the heart now. You got the talent, there's no doubt, and there's some players on this team I don't have to question their heart. Tyler Algier, don't have to question that. Bijan played like a dog today. Can't question that. But that defense, I'm calling out your heart. I'm calling it out right the fuck now. And I'm calling everybody out. That goes for Bates. That goes for Simmons. That goes for Terrell. And every motherfucker sitting on that defensive line. Where's your heart at? Where is it? Y'all just gonna let me keep calling y'all trash every week? Because I will. Where's your heart? Jimmy Lake. Where's your heart and your playbook, fam? But, you know, it is what it is. Saints get to smoke on a pack. I mean, this was their playoff game. Congratulations, you all. That's all I got for y'all, though. And it ain't never about the other team. It's always about us. So y'all know my motto. We talk shit, but we should be able to take shit talk. So any Saints fan that has smoke, hold on for a second. For any Falcons fan, hey, Falcons fans, y'all got to take it this week. Y'all got to take it. That's part of what standing on logo business is about. You got to take it. You can say it was our kicker. You can say that. Be justified. They can say that. That does not change what the score is. And I can tell you, first off, the adjustments that need to be made for the Falcons to make a deep run. To me, I don't know where Gray is. Somebody got to take over that defensive play call. Whether it be Raheem Morris himself, y'all got to sit Jimmy Lake's ass down. Y'all got to have this defense playing heading towards the quarterback, not away from him. Y'all brought in Simmons. You already know Jesse Bates is a fucking beast. You didn't want to make any moves before the trade deadline? Okay. But that's the first adjustment. Second one is signing the fucking kicker. Period. Because if Coop can do this without any penalty, if he can miss three field goals and go back to the locker like there ain't no issues, why the fuck would he change? You need to sign just to send a message. Kickers come and go every day, B. And there are going to be some people that are going to stand up for Coop. Man, you know, Coop got us through a lot of games. Hey, okay, fine. Let's talk about right the fuck now. Coop has always had this issue. Always. Matter of fact, here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna actually put the StreamYard up in this piece. Anybody that wants to come in and just, state what they think, man, come holler at your boy. But right now, they need to stomp the dog shit out of Denver. I don't even want a close game. I don't even want to. They need to stomp the shit out of Denver. This is why I really could not be a head coach, bro. Losses like this, I'm tearing up the locker room. But then again, I wouldn't be coaching a team that came out this flat anyway. Flat out. So let me bring in Caleb. What's going on with you, Caleb? How you doing, fam?
Pretty good. Pretty good, man. How about you?
Oh man, I'll be better in about 35 minutes, but what you got for me?
Man, yeah, for real. So obvious trap game, right? I think you see this with the Falcons team a lot, to where you get in situations like this where our opponent is struggling, or they're coming off a few weeks of struggles and they just can't do it. An obvious trap game, and the Falcons fell for it, man.
Okay, so what was your biggest takeaway from this loss, besides it being a trap game?
I think the defense as you said about the defense, giving up in the first half and playing two halves basically. It's a tale of two halves, to where you have the defense struggling in one half and picking up in the second, or struggling in the second and having it in the first. If we could get this defense to play a full 60 minutes and complement our offense, and then have special teams pick up a little bit, then I think we'll be better off.
Okay, so I'm gonna put you in the driver's seat for a second. You're in Raheem Morris' situation. You're the head coach. You take an L like this. What would be your messaging to the team going into Denver, and what would be any changes that you would make if you felt like we needed to make a change?
Message. I would tell the team, you got to stop coming out flat. You have to play with heart every single week. It kind of goes back to humility's a week away, and this team has been on fire, and you have to go into every week of football as if you're playing for your lives. Because with past tendencies of this team, you don't want to bring up past struggles or negativity, but if you're Raheem Morris, you've seen it as a Falcons, as a staffer, and you've seen it from afar to where this team falls into these negative string of I guess series of events, if you want to say that. So if I'm Raheem Morris, I'm going to tell him, look, you've got to go in every week like you're fighting for your lives. And as far as any changes that need to be made, Jimmy Lake needs to get up out of there, bro. Jimmy Lake doesn't have it. I get it's his buddy, and I get he brought him over, but you have to be able to look at a first-year coach and say, man, I've given you 10 weeks, and through 10 weeks, our defense really hasn't played a good game, so I'm going to be calling the defense from here on out.
Yeah, I got you on that, man. But I appreciate you hopping on, man. I'm going to get a couple more of these people backstage, man, but I appreciate you coming on, Caleb.
Yeah, of course. Love your content, man.
All right, thanks, man. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
All right, so let me bring in RJC. What's going on, RJC? How you feeling, man?
Hey, man, hella disappointed right now, man.
You and me both.
Disappointed. First thing is, man, you're absolutely right, man. If Cool makes these kicks, man, we're not even having this conversation, man. Mm-hmm. We're not having this conversation. And like you said, I agree with you 100%. I think teams should always carry at least 2 kickers, one on the practice squad and one you keep on your roster. You should always have that. That's just a must.
Yeah.
But the next thing I want to talk about, though, is, man, I don't think it's the entire defense that's bad. I think it's our defensive line. And we've been talking about it. Pass rush, listen, man, it's not just about getting sacks. You got to get the quarterback off his spot. We can't even do that. And my God, man, if we watch Bo Nix come in here and play well against us, bro, this whole defensive line's got to be thrown in the trash, and it needs to be started completely over, man. I was a little disappointed in Terry that he didn't go out and try to get a pass rusher. Granted, it does take 2 to tango, but I was really hoping he would get another pass rusher in here. This pass rush is awful, man. It is awful. This is like, we've seen bad pass rush as Falcons fans, but this is probably the worst it has ever been in any history. This is horrible, man. 10 sacks? Bro, there's players that have more sacks than our entire team.
Yeah. I definitely think that they're getting pressure, but what's happening is the quarterback is able to just step up and run for yards. What I'm worried about with Bo Nix is him being a rookie quarterback and him being athletic. His first decision after that first read is to run.
Right.
So if we can't get to him, and let's say we get to him and miss, this man he's faster than Derek Carr. This man's running for 15, 20 yards. Way
faster. And the way I see the Denver game playing out, and I hope it doesn't turn out like this, I don't know if you remember when we played the Baltimore Ravens, and I think it was Lamar Jackson's first start. He ran all over us. We could not stop him to save our lives. And I kind of see that game going up against Denver, man. I'm going to be honest, man. I see that game very much like that. He was just running he would be in the backfield and he would just run all over the place, throw it for 25, 30 yards. And I see that with this defensive line, man. It is god awful, man. This is, bro, I can't talk about how bad I feel this line is, man. I just want to take everybody on that defensive line and be like, listen, man, y'all not getting paid until y'all get a sack. This is ridiculous. Ridiculous, man. So, but yeah, man, that's all I got, man. Hey, man, do the StreamYard more, man. You should do the StreamYard more.
Yeah, man, I probably am, but man, I'd be in such a groove and such a rant, I'd be forgetting about it, man. Next thing you know, hour done passed.
Right.
But I appreciate you hopping on here, RJ.
Yeah. Take it easy.
All right, you too. Let me get Larry in here. Jay, I see you in the back. I'm gonna get you up in a minute. Let me get Larry from the Dixon. Wait, what's happening, fam?
What up, man? What's going on?
He let
guys,
know
make
we
sure
lost in all 3 phases.
Yeah, we lost all in 3 phases, man. Offense, defense, and special teams. First half, well, first of all, everybody make sure you hit the like button if you're enjoying this content, man. It's the light bulb, our streams that help YouTube find us. You know what I'm saying?
Yes,
so please hit the like button, for real. All right, so on to the game. again, another game we come out and look like we're not prepared offensively and defensively on what the Saints are going to try to do. Who didn't know they were going to try to run the ball with Alvin Kamara? Who didn't know we were going to try to be play action heavy? Shout out to the adjustments in the second half.
Mhm.
But again, when you let a team run out like that and you're not able to come back, it's kind of eerily similar to Georgia Bulldogs, to be honest. You're trying to depend on the defense who's giving up big chunks of yards in the first half. You tighten up in the second half, but now the offense ain't in sync. Horrible play calling. That interception should have never happened. Kirk Cousins, we just ran the ball 5 out of 8 times, and we gained the first down on one time with throwing it. The other time was on rushing the ball. Run the damn ball. Like, why is it so hard? You were literally going down the field, and the way you were playing, you weren't called any timeouts. You run the clock. So the way you were doing it, and you ran the ball down almost to the 2-minute warning, and you come out of first down and throw the ball is idiotic.
Mhm.
And that play call, throwing in the teeth of the defense, throwing in triple coverage. It's like everything that you did wrong, Kirk Cousins should never had an opportunity to throw the ball. So I only want to talk about Cool because that's the easy thing. Cool, 9 points taken off the field. That's special teams in general. You know what I'm saying? Him missing 2 kicks and then giving up a clear block in the middle. If you notice on the extra point that we got, they almost blocked prior to when we got that touchdown with Bijan.
Yeah.
So special teams been horrible. And to be honest, special teams been horrible the entire year. I'll say this on the coaching staff. We got a whole bunch of rookie coordinators across the board, offensively, defensively, and special teams. And it's showing. We like the adjustment in the second half, but you can't sit here and depend on making comebacks every time. Also, one more thing before I get out of here. Did you hear about the missed trade? So apparently the Falcons did get the trade in to get Aziz. The problem was the Giants didn't get the paperwork in time. So that's why it never went through.
Yeah, I heard about that. That wouldn't be the first time that's happened. I just think that's kind of weird that the paperwork didn't get sent in time when they know the deadline. I think was at 4:00. So they knew when they had to get that done. So I don't know, man. So let me ask you the same question I asked Caleb. You're in Raheem Morris' situation right now. You're the head coach.
Yeah.
What's your messaging going into next week, and what are any adjustments that you would make going into playing Denver?
First of all, everybody coming into practice tomorrow. I'm sorry, because I'm agreeing with the dude who just left, man. This defensive line is horrible. Before the year, and I know people said it was blasphemous, I said, cut Grady Jarrett, you saved $12 million. That was the money you needed that you didn't. I know Danielle Hunter chose to go there, but you could have offered some more. If the money was the same, of course you're going to go to the team with a nice young rookie quarterback, the team that changed their whole fortunes around with one draft, and it's from his hometown. Of course he'll go there. But if you had more money to offer, then maybe he chose Danielle Hunter I'm talking about. Maybe he chose the Falcons instead. We are in desperation of a legit pass rusher, someone who demands a double team. We don't have anyone on here, and I agree. The regression of David Aminata, AK-47, it's glaring, and we got a lot of guys that fit the 4-3 scheme and not the 3-4. But we got 4-3 guys, but we're running 3-4, and that's kind of what it is, man. Raheem, if you want to take over the duties, then fine. I don't know. Whoever's responsible for the halftime adjustments need to run our defense.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's collaborative with Jerry Gray and Raheem, or if it's just Raheem interjecting what he see or what. Or if some magical power of Jimmy Lake seeing what he's doing wrong and adjusting. But right now, man, there's a problem And also, I will give pseudo kudos to Zach Robinson for actually trying to run the ball and establish a real running game. Shout out to Bijan. But in the same, he choked in the moment. He got too cute. You know, when they always say people are geniuses, sometimes they just let the little things become so hard. And that's what we got. We got too smart for his own good. That was just dumb. Plain and simple. It is what it is, man. We take the L. Saints smoking on a Falcon patch today. All those Falcon fans that was out there partying. Shout out to our boys at the Rise Up Tour. Shout out to them. But unfortunately, our fans gave more energy than our team did. We came out super flat, and it showed. And that's why we lost.
Yeah, and that's my bigger issue with this team. I mean, you can tell almost instantly when we got the ball, we were flat. And defense, I'm just having a major issue with Valdez-Scantling getting behind this defense not once, not twice, but 3 separate occasions. And Valdez-Scantling isn't a number 1 or really a number 2 on anybody's roster, fam. So that when I saw that, I'm like, okay, so the defense about to just give up the draws all day against this team. Like, come on, man. But that's what's pretty much been going on all year. This defense has been the same week 1 as today. They've been the same. And then when you take this into consideration, Larry, this team had 40 sacks last year with no pass rusher. And Grady Jarrett got injured.
Hold on. Before you go any further, Mark, I think the entire Falcon fan base and unfortunately Terry Fontenot disrespected the effort that Calais Campbell and Bud Dupree did.
Yes.
We got to give them man their propers now, for real. Because without them, our pass rush is trash.
Dude, I think Calais Campbell up until last week, I think he had the same amount of sacks as we did as a team. I'm just, how do you fix it at this point? I think we're in the wrong scheme altogether. And I believe that Raheem Morris is just going to allow Jimmy Lake to call this defense for the remainder of the year. And I think in the offseason, depending on what happens, because I still think we're going to win the NFC South going away. But whatever happens in the playoffs, I think this defense is going to come back and bite us in the ass. If we keep playing like this, fam, NFC Championship game, no, sir. No, sir. This offense would have to be playing historic offensive football, because what you're seeing is Jimmy Lake, and this is just my perspective, he's okay with an offense scoring on him in the first half, but he's not okay with it in the second half. So I put this on Raheem Morris even more, because if we're seeing this, Raheem's got to be seeing this. So if we're making adjustments that work in the second half, how come we don't go into the next game with those adjustments already set in stone against another team? Every week we're seeing this. First half teams come out, bang, jump on us. Second half, they get stopped, though. So again, I don't even think it's Jimmy Lake that's making the adjustments, to be honest. I don't think he's making the adjustments. I think it might be Raheem and some other folks making these adjustments.
Mr. Gray or Jerry Gray.
Yes.
I'm with you on that. What I will say is, what have we shown that we have learned from any either win or victory from week to week?
True.
That's what you really need to look at. That's a question you need to ask yourself, because really and truthfully, there's been teachable moments. I always talk about teachable moments on my post-game shows. And teachable moments and victories are supposed to go, longer than losses. But I don't know if we're actually learning from our mistakes. I think we just like, oh, well, we lost next game.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what it feels like to me, Yeah. Now, maybe I'm wrong, but if we coming out flat in all these games, it kind of proves my point. You know what I'm saying? Like, game plans in the first half on offense, defense suck. We got to wake up. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of mimicking the Georgia Bulldogs, to be honest. I swear that Jimmy Lake, I swear that Zach Robinson and Mike Bobo kinfolk. For real, for real. How many screens we gonna throw? You know what I'm saying? How many bubble screens we gonna throw? You know, how we gonna abandon the run without even attempting to run the ball? So yeah, this game was much better. We established it. Bijan Robinson, you know what I'm saying? He finally had that breakout run that we've been waiting for. You know what I'm saying? But still, the lack of urgency and the lack of preparation, we just gotta. I think they felt like they can just roll the ball out, and they did not respect the rivalry enough, and that's why we lost.
Yeah, definitely. I agree with you. So, Larry, tell everybody, man, where to find you, so that they can go over there and subscribe to your channel, man.
All right, man. Appreciate you having me on the platform as always. Guys, we're on the Dixon Way. It's right there, Larry the Dixon, the last part of the name. And guys, we do live commentary on all our favorite sports teams. Me and my beautiful wife, Shonda. Two-man team. The Braves, the Hawks, the Falcons, the Bulldogs, me and my wife, Gators. So if you don't want to listen to the commentators during the game, then go ahead and, turn the TV down and turn up the Dixon Way. That's the motto. Appreciate the fam. Have a good one. Yeah, this stings. And it was a horrible weekend for Atlanta sports. If you're a Georgia Bulldog fan and the Hawks was a pack that got smoked on by the Bulls. Bulldogs got smoked by Ole Miss. Yeah, man, it's a bad week. All right, hold on. And I got to go on that note.
All right, man. Good having you on here. All right, let's get Jay in here, man. Jay, I know you've been holding for a long time, man. You still there?
What's going on, Mark? Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What you got for me?
What's going on, big home? I'm a huge fan. I hate how I discovered you. I'm a huge fucking fan. I hate how I discovered you, but I
how you discovered me, fam?
I'd rather not say that YouTuber name. I'm no longer subscribed.
Got you.
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
What you got for me?
Around that Kirk Cousins shit last year, that's when I came familiar.
Yes, sir.
Man, I blame coaching, bro. I blame coaching. I ain't just gonna sit here and say, Wade Cool point the fingers at him. I blame coaching. Ain't no way in hell we came out that flat. Like the whole first half, it was no urgency. It's like we meant to play from behind. That's when they have a fire lit on their ass for some fucking reason. I'm not understanding why we just can't play the second half like that the entire game. So I blame coaching on that point. Why Wade Cool kicking that third field goal? Man, I would have went for it. Any other team who missed 2 or more field goals, that team not finna let that kicker go out there and kick again. You gonna go for it. That's you letting your kicker know, like, hey, bro, I ain't got no more faith in you no more this game.
Yeah.
You might just sit your ass on the sideline till we get home and you gonna talk this over again. So I blame coaching. Defense, we in a system that we are not supposed to be in. That's coaching. People get mad at Terry Fondo for not making a trade on the deadline. Don't get mad at that man because we brought in Matthew Judon. We got good players. We just not in the system that we supposed to be in. That's coaching. Adjusting in the second half is stupid as hell. If you cut your finger, you're not going to wait to go get a Band-Aid and let it linger on to put the Band-Aid over the cut. You're going to fix it right then and there. I'm not understanding why we just can't fix the issues right there. We have to wait until the halftime. The game kind of can get out of hand, but we have to wait until the halftime to adjust. That's coaching. Offensive line, we're not disciplined. We kill drives off of holding calls or whatever. Coaching. So I blame on Raheem. I don't just sit here and point the blame at Young Wade because I blame the coaching staff.
Yeah. The crazy thing about the fourth down, though, is Atlanta's one of the best teams on fourth down in the league. And it's a 4th and 3. Usually, what kind of confused me about this is usually when we've been in fourth down situations like this, Kurt will go ahead and rush to the line so they can't substitute. And they'll run the fourth down play. But for whatever reason, and again, I agree with you, a lot of this has to go on Raheem Morris because he knows Jimmy Lake is trash. He ain't doing nothing about that. He knows his kicker is in a mental fuckery right now, and he's still allowing him to kick these shots. And he's missing badly. That last one he missed, you can just see him look. And when he went to the sidelines, I couldn't be a coach because I'd be like, hey, listen, you playing like ass this week. We gonna go ahead and sign somebody. But I think one of the reasons why the adjustments aren't being made, and this could just be me, Raheem knows Jimmy play. He's trash. He knows it. He's a first-time coordinator. He probably gets that. And he probably doesn't want to embarrass him on the sideline by just saying, hey, listen, I got it from here. So I think when they're going in to make the adjustments, I don't think this is a Jimmy Lake thing. I think this is coming from other coaches like, hey, listen, this is what we're seeing. This is what you need to run. And it seems to work every week. Unfortunately, this week, we had 4 separate opportunities to take the lead. 4. So, and we just could not produce.
I mean, that buddy shit get you fired.
It's true.
I mean, we shouldn't have to wait for the bye week. I mean, if he does it during that time.
That's why I think this Denver game is going to tell the tale. Because it's a perfect time. If you go wet to bed and lose to Denver, I think you can easily tell the fans, hey, we're making a choice to move, Jimmy Lake back. I'm going to take over the defense. I don't think there's going to be a single fan that is going to be saying, man, you out of your damn mind. I think people want this now. So, and we saw this happen in 2016. We saw this happen.
Yeah.
Our offense was firing on all cylinders. Our defense was giving up the cheeks.
Ranked.
It was
27 ranked.
Yeah, and we ended the season 27th, but we were dead last on a lot of things.
I believe we were actually creating turnovers though.
Yeah, well, we weren't good on defense.
That.
It was after the I tell this story all the time. It was after the Chiefs game. We lost by 1 point. We were on a bye. We came off that bye, and Dan Quinn took over the defense, and we ran straight to the Super Bowl. We ran straight there, and then you never heard from the defensive coordinator again. I think that was Smith. I forget his first name, but he was a passive play caller. He played not to lose, and it was costing us. When I look at Jimmy Lake's defense, I see the same exact thing. But nobody's.
Did Jimmy Lake come from Washington?
Well, he came. I know Raheem and him have been buddies for a while, but I think it was the Ram situation.
Okay.
And again, it's that buddy stuff. Like, hey, man, I work with him here, I work with him there. I'm gonna give him a shot.
See, that scares me because that's giving me Dan Quinn vibes.
But I don't mind him giving his guy a shot. But when his guy is not ready for that shot and you see it, it's time to say, hey, listen, I'm gonna sit you down. I'm not gonna fire you. I'm gonna sit you down. I'm going to take over this defense. You can still have him on the staff. And I think everybody, I remember when Dan Quinn took over the defense, nobody cried about that. Nobody did.
Not at all.
So when you see how this defense is performing, if Raheem just simply says, I'm taking over the defensive play calling, nobody's going to bat an eye at that. And everybody will understand it. This defense has underachieved for the most part the entire season. And you're trying to make a run now. You're in a prime position to get a playoff game at the house. Your offense has shown that they can put up 30 points. They didn't do it this week. Just make the damn call. But like you said, the buddy stuff, I think Raheem's going to give him the entire year. And it's going to bite him in his ass.
I hope not. Because fans going to be calling for his head if that's the case. Because we already, like, man, come on now. His defense is only fans. ain't nobody can get it. It's sad. We got hell of a safeties and cornerbacks, and yet alone we can't put away teams that's like Bishop Sycamore. We just letting it linger around.
All right, but Jay, what else you got for me, man? I'm gonna go ahead and get King Richie on here real quick. You got anything else?
I ain't got nothing else, man. Keep doing what you're doing, big bro. I appreciate it. All
right, man. I appreciate the love, fam.
All right.
All right. I got King Richie. What's going on, fam? You on?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes, sir. I can hear you. What you got for me?
Man, like the last guy said, man, it's coaching, because I was so confused why when we got to the 50, where the interception happened, why are you even throwing right there? Like, all you had to do was keep running the ball and run the clock out.
Yeah.
Even if Cool were missing,
King, you there? Your mic went out. Uh-oh.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, but Koo always have a problem on that. I think it's that right hash. Always, literally. And it's like, when you gonna go practice that kick, my boy? You know what I'm saying? Like, if I see it and everybody else see it, teams, I think, sort of key on it to the point where when we do get that down where we have to kick, they trying to stop it in a certain range where they know he usually wide left or however you want to, however his kick be going out wide. But then at the same token, it's like you said, the team didn't even have no urgency. I didn't even know what team that was that walked on the field.
Yeah.
I was like, they must have went out last night or something. They had to, because all of them, it was just sloppy for real.
Yeah.
It's like y'all really don't care about this game. Y'all looking past.
Yeah. And that, that's the problem with, with football. I'm a huge boxing aficionado, right? So, when it comes to boxing, especially in the heavyweight game, you can never look past your opponent because one shot can put you out, right? You see it time and time again in boxing, where you got a guy that's a prospect. He's knocked out everybody for like the first 10, 15 matches of his career. Then he runs into somebody who's expected to lose, and they get hit with one shot and that chin goes out and it's lights out. I think with Atlanta, I think a lot of these things are true. The coach didn't have them ready, which means they came and played flat. Koo has had issues. Special teams has had issues. And it was just a trifecta. We played a team that had everything to play for because they believe more in the rivalry than it seems like Atlanta did at this point. And their whole purpose was just, hey, if we beat Atlanta, we can lose every single game this year. For us, it was like, if we lose to the Saints, we're still at the top of the NFC South. So we're coming from two different spaces, and we paid the price for it today.
And see, I think that's the thing. I don't think that the team wasn't capable of doing it. I think they wasn't expecting it because they thought they were just gonna walk through this, because it's a new coach. I don't even believe y'all studied. It didn't even look like y'all studied no tape and film, if you want to be honest. Because I'm like, why do you keep this? Was crazy to me. I don't see none of the defense that I seen in the preseason. I don't see none of that scheme there. What happened to that?
I don't know, man. Again, I'm pretty sure in the upcoming days, the press is probably going to start raising questions about this defense.
And I know all the talk. One problem, and I feel like that's what makes me mad, because I'm about like you now. Who's making the adjustments at halftime? Yeah, because they play like a completely different team in the third and fourth quarter. Defensively, they play like a completely different team. So I'm sitting here and I'm like, okay, this has been happening for a while now. So if y'all are trotting this defense out and they look like ass in the first quarter and they're giving up everything, I really didn't hear anything about Valdez-Scantling in the second half. They did all their damage in the first half, all of it. But see, that's why I didn't want a rookie DC, because you know what I be feeling like he be doing for real. And I said this about 3 games ago to my pops. I said, when you watch that game, it looks like he lets the offense do what they want to do, so you can see what they like to do. Then they think that it worked, so you trying to use it as some little deceivery, but in the same tokens, teams are scoring on us now with your little trickery that you're trying to do, because you really not the one that need to be calling the plays. And that's what that tells me, because you can't even tell what they want to do. You're just letting them do it. And then when second half come, okay, now I know whoever's calling after second half is like, okay, this is what they like to do, this, and a third. But my thing is, who's ever calling it, they could have called it in the first half. Yeah. Because obviously they seen it. Well, we already knew they didn't have Olave. We already knew they didn't have Richie. So we already knew that they were going to run Kamara. We already knew this.
We knew that when Taysom Hill gets the ball from shotgun, he's running it 100% of the time. We know these things. The issue that I'm having with Jimmy Lake is if I know these things and I'm just a guy on YouTube. If I know these things, my guy, you're getting paid to know these things, and you still allow these things to happen. Now, I will give them credit. They did limit Taysom Hill when he was playing behind shotgun. They did limit it. But Valdez
It's like
Scantling,
you let everybody else beat you, though.
yeah, Valdez Scantling, no, for that reason alone, I'm taking over the defense if I'm Raheem Morris. For that reason alone.
But see, that's the crazy part that I'm looking at, because see, what I don't want to happen with you overlooking teams, you got to understand you still putting film out there. So the fact that you're overlooking teams, you're giving team film on how to beat you, because how the fuck does this man get behind you? Not once, not twice, but 3 times. And we got Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons back there. And the only reason they are really getting burnt is not really about the routes. It's the defensive play call. You when they supposed to be out in the flat, you don't put them out in the flat. You put them up in the box. When they supposed to be in the box, you leave them in the flats. And that's what's blowing my mind.
Yeah. Well, here's the silver lining to me. You get beat by a team that hasn't won in 2 months. You came out, you played with no heart, no motivation, because you thought you had it in the bag. Next week, I don't even want a close game. Close game ain't, everybody says a win is a win. Fuck that. You need to blow this team out. You need to blow. Don't play to their level. They got a rookie quarterback who, he's an athlete. He isn't even a quarterback yet. He's an athlete. If this defense gets torched playing against Denver, like I said last year, if Jimmy Lake is still the defensive coordinator after the bye, every loss that we take is on Raheem Morris. I'm not even blaming Jimmy Lake no more because he ain't ready. Everything I'm putting on Raheem Morris's doorstep.
But the stupid shit is, if you make that one adjustment after the bye, we could run the table. And that's how I really see it, like 2016. If you remember Dan Quinn made that one adjustment, I'm just going to call the plays. Like you said, they ran. And see, this the kicker to me. If you make that adjustment, if you remember 2016 when we ran the table, Mark, it wasn't no 20-17. They were whooping teams at 45-20, 42 to this, 38 to that, 39 to that, 41 to.
And the offense has the weapons to do that. But to me, this again, like Larry said, it was a complete fail on all 3 phases. So again, the defense has been playing like this all year. Koo has been shaky the last 2 to 3 weeks. But we've been getting by because the offense has been able to put up points. When the offense does not score that 28 range, we're gonna lose because the other 2 phases can't really sustain. So we'll see what happens, man.
Yeah, but I'm like you. My last thought, I'm like you. I need y'all to go in here and blow this rookie out. He a rookie.
Yeah.
He not even supposed to be getting that much attention from y'all to even be worried about him. Whatever you got to do to pass rush, you need to do it. And I think it's really just a scheme, because the scheme, this is my last thing, because it irritates me. Mm-hmm. This scheme requires, like we said,
King, you there? You keep going in and out, man.
Nah, I was just saying this game requires a nose tackle and a middle linebacker like Olakun, a real true middle linebacker, and those are the 2 main components of that scheme, and you don't have it. And you keep going against the grain trying to run the scheme. That's why it blows my mind. What the vanilla scheme you had in the preseason was better than the scheme you running now.
Yeah.
But that's my final thought, man, because I'll be here all day.
I got you, man. I appreciate you hopping on here, fam.
You know it.
All right, man. So we got the StreamYard. Yeah, I might do that. A little more, man. That was fun. But I'll say this in closing, man. As much as I hate the Saints, good win. You know, if I can shit talk, I should take people talking shit. So again, good game. No matter how y'all got it, y'all got the W. You know, so I will put that out there. It's still fuck y'all though. I still hate y'all guts, but again, ain't no Tampa Bay trait bias over here. You know, it's y'all got the W, and that's all that matters at the end of the day. Somebody sent me a link where because I told you I was on a media blackout. I ain't watching nothing no more. But they sent me a link of Tampa Bay trade. They kind of got humbled and they picked us. I don't even need y'all reporting on our team no more, man. Y'all do Tampa Bay stuff over there now. But yeah, man. So the series is tied once again. The Saints have never led this series, so hopefully next year it stays the same. They got issues of their own that they have to deal with. I think they're $77 million over the cap next year, and they ain't going nowhere this year. So they got things that they got to sort out themselves. Going into the off season and next season or whatever, but we got to tighten up, man. So good win for y'all, but we're moving on to Denver now, man. I got to see heart. That is the word of the week. Heart. I don't even care about scheme, none of that. Heart. That's all I care about. Because y'all came out here and y'all displayed none of it. None of it. And maybe y'all played some ego ball out there. Maybe y'all played some ego ball. It don't matter if we win or lose. We already in a good position. And if that's how y'all thought, y'all need to change that shit expeditiously. Not every game has to be close. I want to see y'all stomp the dog shit out of a team. And Denver should be on the menu. We'll see how this team comes and plays next week. We'll see. But if you want to make it any further into the playoffs, y'all going to have to play with some heart. But we'll see what Jimmy Lake dials up next week. We've seen it. We've seen the same thing, so we should know what to expect. So I don't need everybody's heart pressure, blood pressure to get through the roof. We've already seen it. But Denver has no business. None. No business beating us next week. None. The Saints, it's a rivalry game. They got up for this game. We didn't. So I can't do nothing but respect that. They got up for it. We did not. And we lost because of that. Whether we want to blame the kicker, whether we want to blame the defense, whether we didn't come to play. This was their one game this year. They're going to lay down next week. Because the fan base at least wants them to lay down so they can get a better draft pick. Because I think they picking in the teens now with this win. If I'm not mistaken, they were in the single digits. Now they're in the teens. They need to get back to the single digits so they can hopefully draft a quarterback. But I heard somebody say that, and I'm like, didn't y'all just draft Spencer Rattler? They're like, man, fuck him. So yeah, man, your boy's about to get out of here and get some food in my system and relax for the rest of the day. The one thing I will leave with as a Falcons fan, don't hold on to these losses. And what I mean by that is don't still think about this Wednesday. Like, that's what I had to learn as a Falcons fan a couple years ago. Losses would haunt me for the entire week, right? And then I had to learn to let them go. So I'll be fine. Once I get some food in my system, I will be A-okay with this. If I hear Saints, man, Smoking on the Falcons pack. I can take it. That don't hurt me, buddy. That don't hurt me. But it's back to logo business in the morning, man. So we can't hold on to these as fans. We can't emotionally hold on to these losses, no matter, even if they come from the punk ass Saints. I had a song ready. And you know what? Matter of fact, I am gonna play a song before I get out of here, because win or loss, it's still relevant. I gotta find it though. So let me do this real quick. And Saints fans might get a kick out of this song too, fam. Hold on. But yeah, don't hold on to these. Don't hold on to them, fam. They're not worth it. And I know there are some people that, you know, they're super emotional about it. I get it. If y'all we've went through every emotion in this in this one live. We went through every emotion, fam. But at the end of it, I'm over with it. Saints gotta win. You know, hey, good for them. But yeah, let me cue this up. And I'm gonna play this song going out of the live, because I know there are a lot of people that are in relationships where their significant other is a Saints fan. I don't know how the hell that works out. I have no idea. No idea whatsoever. But like I always say, man, I hate the Saints, but I love people from that state. I love people from New Orleans, Louisiana. I love them. They kinfolk to me. But during the season, I hate y'all team. But outside of the season, and even outside of us playing, there's love there, fam. Believe it or not, there's love there. But when it comes to us playing, it's war. So with that being said and done, fam, your boy is up out of here. I'm gonna play this song to ride out. Congratulations, Saints fan. Y'all won your playoff game. Fuck off. We out.
She was wearing black and gold. In my face, oh so bold. I was standing on logo business. But her face was one to witness. What do I do? Somebody help me. Being in love with a saint ain't healthy. Oh Lord, I'm a falcon soaring high, but I can't let her pass me by. None of this can't be good. There's one thing that's understood. In this love and war, you know who I'm fighting for. can't be good. There's one thing that's understood.